You guys should be very bullish now that we have the proof we need in today's movie, and it looks like the charts are also very bullish. Let's start. First things first, I believe this is a time when Jim Cramer will be right. It's true that Jim Cramer says bullish, right? Remember that he's wrong about 90% of the time, right? Not right. I believe this is the only time he is not a contraindicator, though. Why? Because these institutions are just getting together and not stopping. Guys, someone stop them, because they're not. So what does it mean that BlackRock bought 4,000 Bitcoin today? It seems like Fidelity and Grayscale both bought Bitcoin, which makes me wonder why everyone is buying such huge amounts of it. That means they think a pump is coming soon, right? Truth Society files for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF with the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, guys, this is getting really silly now. Okay, it seems like they have a lot of faith in Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is related to alt season. Guys, I'm not going to talk about all of alt season. Also, I'd like to say that it's just around the corner. Do not lose. I hope we're almost there. We need Bitcoin to take off and make a new all-time high. Only then will the real start of this bull cycle be possible. Based on one thing about one question, the Fed did lower interest rates. That's the most important thing, right? There will be other events too, but this is the main one. From Trump, what a difference this would make if things go badly in the future. Speed up the rate. That person seems really stupid and stubborn. I hope Congress really gets tough with them. Guys, there was a meeting today, and it looks like the Fed talked about whether or not to cut rates, right? What do they think about banks and the markets? Because tariffs might not have as much of an effect as thought, one member of the Fed board wants interest rates to go down in July. Look at that. Our schedule is now official. Didn't we say that the steep move will likely start between the end of this month and the beginning of next month? Okay, so we're just around the corner right here, guys. That's not just for Bitcoin, that's also for XRP, which has been going crazy for a long time and is finally about to happen. Guys, they want rates to go down. That just doesn't make sense. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says that inflation has gone down a lot but is still pretty high. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says they are not lowering interest rates because this year's inflation is expected to rise significantly. That's what they tell guys. The Federal Reserve has a good reason to wait and see about lowering interest rates. I think they are waiting to see what happens with taxes and the economy. Tariffs that are likely to make prices go up hurt the business. There is no instant sign of interest rate cuts because Powell is not ready to cut rates. But is he or is he not? Is he lying through his teeth? We would find out by going to this site and searching for CMEG. Okay, tool for FedWatch. The meeting on July 30 is the most important one of the year because 81% of the market thinks that the Fed will keep rates the same. Okay? That means the Fed is still not ready. There is, however, a 20% chance that the Fed will cut rates next month. Yes? Guys, that's really up there. There is a 20% chance that the Fed will cut rates and then the rising wave of prices will start. But September is the last month. There's a 70% chance that the first rate cut will happen in September. The earliest possible date is September, and the latest is July. If they don't come this month, July, September is the month that will set things off. But I think they might in July because that chair, Jerome Powell, says in a season on a decline, it looks like the business is doing well. Why don't they cut? Guys, it looks like 8 cuts are on the way. Not at all. Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, just said that banks can now serve the Bitcoin and crypto business. Okay, here we go. The guys who want to cut rates are so optimistic about Bitcoin and crypto right now that we might not even need them. We all know that the Federal Reserve is a tether for coins, right? Since they print a lot. It looks like the real Fed is now behind crypto. Pay attention to this. Banks decide who can use their crypto space. I believe banks should choose who they want to serve. That's not the choice we made. Banks are free to do business with crypto and the crypto industry, including crypto companies. They can also do crypto-related activities, as long as they do so in a way that protects safety and profitability. It seems like people don't fully understand what happened between the Fed and the banks. Now banks are going to get into crypto. Once more, banks are free to buy, sell, and offer services for cryptocurrencies however they please. Okay, actually said this would happen, and now that bank money is starting to trickle in, it looks like Bitcoin will really hit $1 million, XRP to $100,000, and Ethereum to $100,000? Yes, look at this. The Fed is going to cut soon. Cryptos in the crypto business will be able to get services from banks. More ETFs are being released than ever before. Everyone is happy. Print money. What's going on? Being bullish. That's it, guys. No, I think it's funny that he looks stressed out. Guys, he looks really stressed out. What's going on in the background? I don't know, but he was sure to give the crypto guys the green light. The Genius stablecoin was just officially passed by the AC Senate. A house with crypto built in it. Okay, that's one more thing that cryptos have done right. Genius bill is almost done being passed by the House. After that, the president will sign it, and that's it, right? Basically, it changes the game. Monthly reserve statements with full asset backing and a license that is very strict means more trust and less danger. With clear rules, safe coins can finally become widely used. Okay, Senator Cynthia speaks up. She talks about digital asset market structure legislation and the topics the Senate Banking Committee needs to think about in the next few weeks. Instead of going through some of the problems we did with stablecoins, we're going to start the market structure part of regulating digital assets with some general rules and guidelines that will guide the committee's review of bipartisan market structure legislation. That's why we put those ideas out this morning. Chair Scott, Tillis Haggerty, and I all signed them. The switch is now on. The switch has been turned on. In other words, we should be very bullish on cryptocurrencies. Also, to stop Operation Choke Point 2.0, President Trump's administration may issue orders telling banks not to cut off crypto companies. Great news for the market coming from every direction, guys. That's really strange. We couldn't even dump as hard. Here is my plan. If Bitcoin somehow closes above maybe 110K or somewhere in this area, guys, to make a higher high from this point, that's it. It's go time. Bitcoin will probably head to around 120, 130K or somewhere up there, and extra people will definitely go to around 10 as soon as we cross this horizon point. Things are looking good, but I want to check this chart first. Oh, okay. Support is now at 106K. Please hold that level. The next level of resistance is 111K, and then it will be 120K. Look at that right now. The next level of resistance is 150K. Guys, it's getting there, right? If we're being honest, I think it's already started. That's it. This analyst says that if Bitcoin clears 106K, which I think it will, we'll go to around 110. But first, this area needs to be cleared. Guys, if that gets cleared up, it's straight to work. It was BC Backer who called it. So BC Backer has been asking for this kind of ABC fix, guys, and it was just finished because he looked at these two other fractals from before, and pretty much, from now on, we need to make new ultimate highs. As a result, Bitcoin will reach new all-time highs. This means that XRP is about to soar to $10. Yes, $10. It looks like we're right on the edge of this big move, especially since things are going against us. So the crowd's feelings never come back, even after the Wall of Rory moment is almost over. They'll stay that way, and we'll be caught off guard at the end. Did the Newswire stories make sense to you? They got everyone except the people who knew what was going to happen, like the BC Backer guys, right? People who did catch it deserve praise. We kind of did too. But to be honest, I thought it was going to go lower. That was my plan, guys. I thought we were going to hit at least 94K, but we didn't make the move. That the move down was the right one. What was wrong was that it didn't go as low as it should have, right? That's cool though, because it means that from now on, we'll just keep going up. 250 million UCC were made at the UCC Treasury. Okay? It looks like things are going to be amazing here. Then rich that poor that says you will be crazy rich after getting 1 Bitcoin. $13 million will be spent. Is it possible? Is it possible? Bitcoin is really strong right now, but that's not the point, Lawrence. The point is that it's never been easier to get rich. I agree with you. Starting this thing took brain power, money, and a lot of hard work. Now all you have to do is buy 1 Bitcoin, and you'll be rich. That's exactly what's going to happen. Michael Saylor thinks that Bitcoin will be worth $13 million a coin, and I agree with him. That will take a very long time, but you can buy that coin today for $100,000. I mean, as you say in the gold mining business picture, any other company, even Amazon, had a management team that could have messed it up. I mean, the math behind Bitcoin has now been farted as $1. That's right, guys. The most crazy thing about this new financial change is that you and I were in charge of crypto companies that were run by institutions. Any company, right? All of the bankers, right? Not everyone knows where to get these coins for cheap, only people who are in the know. But we knew, like when XRP was worth 20 cents, right? People should be proud of themselves because it looks like only good things can happen from now on. Let's get ready and get ready now under your vice. What is this? I hope it's great. Goodbye.